You've put up Midnight Game as your anti-post selection, but would I be right in saying that you like novices with proven handicap marks, and Darlan seemed to prove that he could maybe live up to 150 at Newbury? Were you impressed by him?
Yeah, a little bit. I thought he was going really well that day. Obviously, I was at a preview in Adair the other night, and this was JP's banker bet of the festival, Darlan. I don't like horses that have taken a heavy fall coming into a Cheltenham race. It was a long way out. You don't know where he would have finished. His previous form, his Cheltenham form before that was not great. So I'm pretty lukewarm on Darlan.
Okay, Steps to Freedom. The stats say that horses with a long layoff coming to this race don't usually win it. Would that worry you about Steps to Freedom?
Not so much. I've been at a few of these previews now. The first time I went, Jessie Harrington said it was a banker. The second time she said she'd back it each way. I think if she'd heard now, she'd probably lay in it. I have no idea about Steps to Freedom. She says he's a really good group class flat horse. Could be. Form's not great.
Okay, thanks, Tom. If I'd ask the panel to keep the mics very close to the mouth, actually, if you can, because obviously we've a huge crowd here. I want everyone to hear what you have to say. Thanks for that, Tom. Well, you have 6 left in the race today, including Tom's anti-post selection Midnight Game. Are they all intended runners at this stage?
Yes, they are. Midnight Game probably didn't work as well as I would hope yesterday. I was just telling David beside me here that on the way down the stairs. But at the moment, the rest are all in good form.
Okay. That was some timing to tell David just he stepped on stage, wasn't it? Very kind.
Well, just in case he started tipping him, and that I don't know what he's been saying about him the last few weeks at these Cheltenham evenings, but he just did disappoint me in a bit of work, so I can't help that. But maybe he'll be all right by next Tuesday. Okay,
Davey, does that make your choice all the more easier? Because it's the one thing you have to do in the next couple of days is pick and choose between the Jigginstown team. You've got Trifolium, who's, I suppose, vastly improved in heavy ground this year, and Midnight Game, who's, I suppose, promised to be better on better ground. Does that make it a small bit easier for you, or are you going to hold off for a while?
I'll hold off for a while and just see give Midnight Game a chance to see if he does improve, and I hold Trifolium in high regard anyway, so there's really only toss of a coin, and maybe if Midnight Game isn't at the top of his game to shove me towards Trifolium, but up until about 5 minutes ago I was writing Midnight Game, so we'll just there's no panic yet. We still have a few days, and I'm sure we'll see, because the Midnight Game's homework would be very, very good, and you'd be hoping, there was always a hope there that better ground would bring improvement on him, and Trifolium maybe handles soft ground very well, and just wouldn't be quite sure if better ground would make an improvement, but I don't think it would disimprove him, so.
Okay. Just goes to show, they say you learn nothing at these Cheltenham preview nights. Well, David's learned a small bit there, so it's worth the €20 in alone. Anthony, the English challenge here, Montbazon, Colour Squadron, Tet Lamy, Darlan, what's the best of the English for you?
Barry Geraghty is going to be riding Tet Lamy because AP will be on Darlan, because it's JP's. Barry said that Tet Lamy wouldn't get within a furlong of Darlan, so that says he obviously thinks that's pretty smart. I'm not convinced about Darlan's jumping. He's, even in that little clip there when he was thumping Jump City, I mean, he jumps on all fours. He fell at Newbury. He didn't impress at Cheltenham the time before. I think he's opposable. The horse I'm involved with Alan King, and I would fancy this quite strongly, is Montbazon, and he did I'm not supposed to say, he's done a sparkling piece of work this morning, and I've just said it now. But I've been tipping him in all the previews I've been going to anyway, and I said to Kingy I was going to tip him anyway. So he's got form with Step to Freedom in the Aintree Champion Bumper last year, but if you ran that race 10 times, you wouldn't get the same result. I mean, Montbazon is a smart horse, and he's absolutely tip-top form.
Is he a flat track horse, Anthony?
I think he's just a good horse.
Right, okay.
Okay. I don't think there's any reason to think he won't come up the hill or anything like that.
Okay. He did disappoint in the bumper in November there, didn't he?
Yeah, but some of the horses of King's weren't firing then. He had another horse as well that he thought was. Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried. Honestly, I think that would do for me. I mean, what's he 10 or 12 to 1 or something like that? That would do.
Not after this morning, so I think it's 9's best now.
Okay.
The word got out. Thanks, Anthony. Paddy, the Boyle Sports, who actually have a till out the back there, so if you want to run and back on buzz on now, you can. It's open for the whole night. And Boyle Sports have a special based around this race, Paddy, don't they?
Yeah, we've the offer in the shops in the race. Money back if you're money back all losers if an Irish horse wins the race. So giving punters a great chance here. This offer applies from when the final decks are made on Monday. So from Monday till Tuesday, I'd say we'll see plenty of action on the race. Anyway, it's probably a good race to do because in terms of trying to pick the winner of it, it's not an easy race. It looks wide open, which it hasn't done the last couple of years. So, I mean, it's giving punters a great chance, like, because it's probably 50-50 whether an Irish horse does win it or whether he won't, like, you know.